My question is, would you ever see yourself revoking your Twitch partnership? I'm just on OnlyFans for the articles.
He has bought a house in Los Angeles for $2.74 million. Welcome to Channel Points episode 2 live
Should
on
I count
Twitch.
Down?
And we're live. That was live.
Okay.
It's actually cool to do what you do is you include a highlight from the episode in the beginning, and then you do the intro, and then you do the rest of the content or the rest of the episode, right? And that's the best format, because what's so important is to do for the first 30 seconds of every video to be the most engaging and compelling. So you just put the best stuff up front, and then you do the intro, and then you ask everyone to subscribe, and then you show them the useless content at the end.
Okay, well, listen, you're I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
we're not recording anything. I don't think at all, frankly. Okay, I'm just here. I'm just a face.
Are you vibing?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
Look at the fireplace. Tell me it's not a vibe.
I think it's better if we just leave it like this, because first of all, we were recording on Audacity because why? Because it was a real podcast. But now it's not a real podcast. That's a lie. When Nathan doesn't help us. Do you know how to log into anchor.fm?
I don't even know our
Nathan
password.
And God know how to log into anchor.fm. I do not know how to get this onto every audio podcast platform, or any of them, actually.
Dude, do you remember we took voicemails and people would leave voicemails and we just wouldn't ever listen to it?
No, that's a lie. Did it? No. I think Nathan withheld the voicemails that didn't sound good enough. Remember?
Yes, I remember that.
If a guy poor fucker couldn't afford a good mic, we would never hear that voicemail because Nathan would say we had none.
And rightfully so, actually.
Oh, you've changed a little bit. You got a new apartment with a fireplace, and suddenly...
Nathan's done the impossible, Launders. He's escaped your wrath and my wrath, and he's moved on to a fucking big company. He's killing it.
Yep.
He's escaped our tyranny, frankly, and we can't help but to applaud that.
Yeah, I tried to. It was like the allegory of the cave. I tried to keep him, staring at a wall with a fake fireplace in the background, casting these fake shadows. But he found his way out of the cave.
You make a TikTok and you're fucking quoting the allegory of the cave. You become such a douche.
He's made his way out of the cave. He's seen the real world now.
Who's read the allegory of the fucking cave? I can't believe you just casually dropped that like you're a fucking philosopher.
Pluto is one of my favorite philosophers. Of course I know about the allegory of the cave.
Here we go. Well, listen, I think you're frankly unlucky and bad. Can I say that? My series Unlucky or Bad has a lot of cultural impact, wouldn't you say? Oh, for sure, man. Very scintillating. I love the MP9 kills. I was watching the episode.
Why are you kind of doing an impression of me right now? You're gearing up for it.
Oh, here we go. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Launders with another KZ tutorial. But here's the problem. That's old Launders. Now you've grown up. You're past puberty. So your voice somehow rose.
I got a little bit on the other direction. Actually,
You're like Benjamin Button.
I've been repurposing my old content.
Dude, I've seen your TikTok.
Are you mad about it?
Here's the thing. Last podcast, I was telling you about TikTok. 3 days later, you're fucking posting every day. I mean, listen.
Why do you pretend like I didn't listen to every word you said?
I'll take a cut.
No, you don't get any money for this. This is actually my lesson to you. Right? That you shouldn't give away, you shouldn't consult for free, right?
Oh,
everything in writing, yes.
Okay, very helpful. I mean,
you're welcome.
Here's the thing. Okay,
I'll be billing you for that advice.
Well, frankly, ever since the last podcast, Launders, so much has happened. We have so much to talk about once again. I love not doing this every week.
Yes.
Fucking OnlyFans no longer has porn?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. The amount of people that were devastated by that news in my chat, they couldn't even hold it in. The immediate visceral reaction was no, and it wouldn't feel like a joking, like it was like, oh my God, I'm actually wasting money on some of these subscriptions right now. But I don't know what people really are consuming on OnlyFans. I'm only subscribed to 10 to 15 people on there.
I'm just on OnlyFans for the articles.
I
just like the journalism.
Are there articles?
No, I'm just kidding. I remember people used to say
it's like
that
the
about
Playboy joke. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm I'm shocked. Because I heard rumblings of it beforehand, but I didn't think it would actually happen. Or they would take off porn.
Yeah.
They're following the Tumblr route.
Yeah. So, but like, how did Tumblr even make money? Is the thing.
Ads.
They had ads.
Yeah. They had ads and like affiliate links. That's like how every fucking website makes money.
The thing is that but like any video, any website that's not a video content website has always had more trouble, right? Like Twitter, for example, were running at a loss until 2018 because they had a great social media platform. Like it's effective, but it didn't have any video ads, which are not worth as much as like, Google AdSense text ads and stuff like that.
I don't think it's video though. I just feel like a lot of these companies make like I've told this story before, so give me a weird. But when I was interviewing for jobs, I remember I interviewed at this startup. And this is pre-coronavirus. And one of the questions when they're like, hey, do you have any questions for us? I asked them, how do you make money? And they had no fucking answer.
No way.
Yeah, I swear to God, they literally didn't know.
They talked about everything else.
They talked about like AI, cloud platforming, like just the complete bullshit. I was like, okay, so like, how do you guys make money? And he was like, well, excuse me, I don't know.
And literally, their only plan is to sell their company to another company one day, but they can't. Tell you that.
Well, exactly. But people equate investor money to success, but it's not free. You have to pay them back. You know what I mean? So I feel like OnlyFans is. I mean, I'm interested. Why do you think they would make such a move?
They said, wasn't it? They said they wanted to. I don't know if this is bullshit or not. Maybe you have some idea, but they said it was something about keeping their relationships with banks intact. Just so, how are they getting canceled though by banks and stuff like that? Like, do they not affiliate with other porn sites? Is that not normal?
So it's actually super tricky because it's been a problem in the past for a lot of like porn websites or porn actresses or porn actors.
They're all just called actors now, Squeex. You should stay up to date on this.
Sorry. The porn thespians, I should say.
The skirt pornos or the dress shirt porno guys.
Or like the animators for the porn. I don't know. All the people affiliated with porn. All right. The producers. All these people that are getting paid through like porn or cannabis and stuff, they have a really hard time raising money. So like when your whole business revolves around porn, it gets really, really tricky because a lot of the investors are fucking dumbasses and boomers who don't understand. Like there's like vices they associate that they don't want to get involved with, obviously. But also it's really hard to lend money if you're a vice. And like PayPal and all are notoriously horrible to work with.
What does that mean to lend money in their position? What does that mean?
So like if a company is trying to raise money and grow, they'll often take a loan. And they can't take that loan if the loan originator, like deems your business as not worthy. So it's like a lot of these old fucking companies who have a lot of capital, they'll look at porn and be like, nah, even if it's like a thriving company. So I think OnlyFans is getting a lot of pressure from their investors or like from the people they want to raise money for. So I mean, that totally makes sense to me.
Doesn't that get
that they would do it
overshadowed by they have so much business that's come from this, right? And I feel like once you break the threshold in you've got one of the 5 porn sites that everyone visits or one of the sexually explicit content sites that everyone visits, then you're making so much money, right? Like, I mean, these porn sites are making so much money, right? And OnlyFans, that's cultural, like almost as much as Godlike or Lucky, my video series and OnlyFans. Like you literally, you think of them when you're just walking around. Well, when you're just walking around the house, they're just, it's all OnlyFans jokes all the time. Everything. Me and Nathan made a site called Only Bangers for people who banger tweets. It's got impact. It's got so much impact.
Such fucking narcissists. I can't believe you made a fucking website called Only Bangers that linked to your Twitter.
It was great. Yeah. No, we were going to make a list of it was to actually kind of make like a list of like CS:GO people who were tweeting that were funny and stuff like that. But you're the one determining who's funny on Actually,
Twitter.
It's Nathan. It's the true tyrant of all. Nathan was actually our Dick Cheney, if you think about it. He was the guy with a shotgun.
Too soon. Do not call Nathan.
No, it's
Dick
all coming
Cheney.
to me now. It's all coming to me now. Oh,
that is too soon.
But in a good way. In a good way, with the amount of.
What do you mean in a good way? Go ahead, Launders. Dick Cheney in a good way. Go ahead at Launders on Twitter.
And have you seen the situation in Afghanistan by any chance?
Speaking of Dick Cheney, let's talk about what's going on in Afghanistan. From OnlyFans to Afghanistan, only on Channel.
Oh, that's a straight up Kotaku article on us, right? If we were,
that's right.
Imagine if we were big enough, right, that anything we said would come under scrutiny. Kotaku would have, like, the first thing I saw with this whole Hassan house situation when I Googled it to get a little bit more context was that, like, Kotaku had the first article, Hassan bought a house and everyone's pissed about it. And I was just thinking, like, it's actually a good thing to talk about as well, because I feel like that's one of the main reasons we're sitting here before you guys today.
For Hassan?
To weigh in. We're like jaw ruling this Hassan incident.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in what you think about the drama. Like, you guys, we can address it, the drama segment.
So Hasan Piker he's a political streamer on Twitch who is identified as a socialist and talks about a lot of political topics on his stream and helps get people educated on, kept up to date on the news and whatever, throws in his opinion here and there. And he has bought a house in Los Angeles for $2.74 million. And suddenly all of his, 50,000 subscribers are shocked and appalled that he has had this much money in the first place, and are in complete dismay at the fact that their favorite streamer can afford to be someone who they thought would never be capable or in the same conversation as other rich people that Hassan often talks about. And obviously there's a lot of layers to this. I don't know. What's the funniest take about this whole Hassan house situation?
I'm going to say it, Launders.
Okay.
I'm going to say it. I smell jealousy from a lot of his viewers, or from a lot of the people who are criticizing him. I think a lot of people are fucking jealous.
But who is it that's criticizing him? Isn't it? I mean, it's his fans now.
Well, dude, this is what I've learned, okay, about internet culture and anything. They'll literally grab at any fucking Vine, anything. Like, I don't even know if it's his fans. I think Hassan fans are like any other streamer fans, like just die hard. It's like a personality cult, for fuck's sake. Mm-hmm. But I think the people on Twitter are just completely different. Like, the people who don't watch Hassan at all are probably pissed. Mm-hmm. Or like people who their personality lines with their own streamer. I think those are the people that are really pissed. I can't imagine getting pissed at someone for buying a house, or like getting mad at a streamer is like the stupidest fucking shit ever. But
also, I'd like to say,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go. You finish your.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's above criticism. I mean, I think it is ironic. I think it is something that you can point at, that someone who says, like, who's basically built his brand off of socialism. It is kind of funny that he bought a house. Yeah. I mean, that's why there's like that age-old joke that, you're a socialist until you're rich enough to be a capitalist. Which is like that's where it comes from, where a lot of people who build their platform, they get so fucking popular that they move into a different echelon socioeconomically. Yeah,
they were the niche person who is now bigger than the mainstream person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and but then there's a whole thing about there's like this rationale that Jeff Bezos. So you've got like a glare coming out, like it looks like
the sun is setting. The sun set, so I look like God.
Okay, yeah, this is the God portion of the stream.
So it happens for like 20 minutes. I'm just gonna.
I think you have to move again. Unfortunately, I think that's the only solution. Actually,
what can you do?
Yeah. So I'll try. Maybe I'll put on my glasses or something. But okay. So the one thing about this, it's getting so strong. This is insane.
I know it'll
call
set.
me a narcissist.
If you want, I could. I can move. Okay. I guess.
No,
I don't know.
You're just the son of God. It's totally.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
So sorry, it's just burning my retinas. I can't even think anymore. But
someone in chat said it's my forehead. I'm gonna ban them.
This time alone, I'll let you have this. So it's so there was this rationale that with Jeff Bezos that he should there's the argument that he is, of course, he's a player. He's someone who has not paid any money on taxes, personal taxes, and I don't even know how long, but like definitely the last few years or whatever, probably never. And part of the rationale is that because there are first of all, there are loopholes in place for him to be able to do this so that he can, very rich people can take out a small amount of money as a salary and then get the rest of the money loaned, so it's not really their money, and then they can buy whatever they want, whatever, and be outside the bracket. But one of the rationales for why this should be possible is that Jeff Bezos creates jobs and he creates value inside of America and he does a bunch of things. So even though he's avoiding taxes, if it'd be better for America to keep that company inside of the US where they're providing all these jobs and stuff, and then Jeff Bezos gets this loophole tax break that they don't try to hound him for. And I could see the frumpy eyebrows right now. It's a little bit weird to say that, but I've heard this as a rationale for why it makes sense that certain people who have made so much money should or shouldn't get be allowed to abuse these loopholes or not get hounded like everybody else.
Yeah, well, I think that a lot of these tech companies have so much power right now, or like even like Facebook or like Amazon, they basically have so much cash. They're flush. They have more cash than like most places have in GDP, which is wild to think about. I think a lot of these places are built off of the backbone of the working class and of the infrastructure of the United States. So for them to like all of a sudden feel like they have no allegiance to the United States is like the most disingenuous shit ever. Like Jeff Bezos, yeah, there's a loophole where he has unlimited collateral and taking out loans, and he finds the way to minimize taxes. But I just feel like a lot of that status was built on the back of his lower earning employees. So it's like, yeah, you can avoid paying taxes and all, but I don't think we should give companies like that a pass. But that being said, I don't think Hassan is Jeff Bezos.
No, yeah, there's obviously no comparison
close.
There. But it was mostly about the idea that, okay, if there was some validity to, well, this, for better or worse, even if it might be, ethically the way that Jeff Bezos built his fortune was like off of exploiting the working class or whatever it is, and that they're different. The same thing can be said about the value that they output in some sense, like, oh, jobs are there or all this other stuff or whatever. And so Hassan, he does give people, he gives his audience things like, he arms them with, maybe good opinions on certain topics or educates people or whatever it is. And so he creates value for his fans or anything like that.
Yeah, but I just realized I'm going to say something that people are going to hate. Okay. I don't think Hassan is in politics. I think Hassan's in entertainment.
Ooh.
Like I don't think Hassan is. I'm not trying to say that in a negative way. I know it sounds negative, but I don't think Hassan is a political person. I think what he does is he brings up issues in a very entertaining way. Because for you to exist on Twitch, no one's listening to Noam Chomsky. Do you know what I mean? Like I really think like all the political speakers on Twitch, they prioritize entertainment, because if they've actually prioritized political takes or like looking at foreign policy, no one's gonna fucking watch.
Yeah.
So like the first and most important thing on Twitch is entertainment.
Yeah, he still might go and do an Uno tournament at the 100 Thieves compound every once in a while.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's more important in my eyes. Like Hassan being entertainment, he'll make points in an entertaining way. Like I think, and this is like kind of a hot take, but I don't think getting your news from any Twitch streamer, and I'll give you an example. So it's not just political. Like there's a lot of Twitch streamers who talk about stocks, right? And the good advice in the stock market isn't the most entertaining advice. The entertaining advice oftentimes is the bad advice, but it's the one that's most interesting to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So like there's a lot of personalities on Twitch who talk about the stock market, and they talk about like the most fucking ridiculous, like,
have you heard trading. The stock guy the guy who looks like he's on Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that guy?
Yeah, I know this.
Is a reference? Guy. Okay. We're not trying to subtweet anybody, but I've never even.
I'm not, but honestly, I'm not a fan of that content, because anyone who works in the industry for like 2 years or 1 year even will know that a lot of that like hype trading or trading on momentum. A lot of it is bullshit. Like a lot of it is absolutely bullshit. The good advice in investing comes from like the most boring, like long-term thinking that everyone knows, but no one's going to follow. It's just fucking boring. Yeah, it's just boring to talk about.
Okay,
but it's fun to talk about like cancel culture and like and stuff like that.
Yeah. But we're also not trying to equate Hassan's content to necessarily bad content or like anything like that necessarily.
No, it's great content. It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most important.
Okay, so before we kind of veer off a bit on that, because that's actually an interesting point. But okay, so there's no relation between Hassan and Jeff Bezos, because Hassan, people are kind of upset that he has so much money. Is there anything wrong with him? Okay, is a $2.7 million household too ostentatious?
That is a really good question. Probably, maybe. I mean, that's us casting our
I know
own
when
value.
he was looking at the houses, he had in the back of his mind, I am a socialist streamer. People will be mad
100%.
about this when they find out. What's the number I can't go past? It's probably a bit 20% higher than he came into wanting to buy.
I just don't like when people
other place didn't have
if you were in that situation, you'd 100%. But I'd buy a fucking $7 million house. Like, fuck
that's why I would
chat.
never build my platform on being a political entertainer.
Yeah, but literally, whatever you build your platform, like Jerry Seinfeld built his platform of being a comedian as being relatable. This guy doesn't go to the grocery store anymore. Half his fucking bits are not like he's not like us. Like, same thing with streamers.
Yeah.
A lot of the streamers, like, they're relatable. And then once they get big enough, they're, like, completely unrelatable. And you're like, wait, this guy's buying a fucking $7 million house and he's saying, you know, the rich must pay. Like, you know, there is irony there. Like, it's okay to criticize him, but I just think it's more funny than anything.
What's the hard number, Squeex? What's the
I have no answer.
People want... Okay, the thing is that people have to understand that, you know, $2.74 million is, like, 10 orders of pho with tax in 2021. It's like it's not as much as it used to be, is what I'm trying to say. And in LA, if you want to buy
so much,
no,
dude.
it's still a lot, like 2 million. Like, of course, if you wanted to buy a home in LA, you could probably score a reasonably okay home in like a safe area for like $1 million, a little bit over $1 million. Okay,
100%.
I mean, you know, 10, 15 years ago, $1 million should get you something close to a mansion, but that's not really a thing anymore. Not in LA, at least. So obviously anywhere else in the world besides New York, LA, and like a few other select cities, you could probably get something nice. But, you know, you are making compromises in LA, and $2.74 million in like Utah, you're literally getting a mansion on the peak of a mountain, you know, with a west facing window that could just give you the greatest sunsets of all time. But but in LA you can't get that. You pay for location. And the house, did you see the house?
Yeah. It's really nice.
It's a nice house.
It's really nice.
I think it's a really great choice, honestly.
Me too. I love it. I mean, I'd live there.
Yes.
But I'm also a piece of shit. So.
But if he only did 2.5 million, he wouldn't have had the pool, the heated toilet seats. The ceilings would have been a foot shorter, right? They would have been the ceiling could have come down a foot. That's the whole thing.
I don't know. I'm curious what you think, because I do think there's irony there. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't like, yeah, I mean, it's probably fine, but it is kind of ironic.
I think a big excuse for him too is that he's moving his whole family into the house, which helps.
Oh, the sympathy.
I'm really thinking about the whole PR angle here. Just that, like, he can actually, like, let's say he's buying a house for himself, right? And you're the socialist streamer or whatever. You could probably, you know, you could get like your $1.5 million house and have a really strong argument. Hey guys, I'm in LA. It's good for my brand to be here to make money. Plus, it's expensive to buy a house. I can't live in an unsafe area because I am making a lot of money. So this is like a good place for me to be in.
Dude, you just can't acknowledge it.
Yeah, you can't even talk about it.
You just buy a house. People not acknowledge it.
The street view photos are out. The articles are out. You can't. I mean, even if you don't acknowledge, he has to, right?
Dude, I have a theory that if he just ignores it, it goes away. Like, this is just such a non-story. It's just so fucking ridiculous. But
how plain do you think his background's going to be to not show off any feature of his house?
Oh god, you know? He's not going to do an apartment tour. That's for fucking sure. Yeah. But here's also the other irony. Okay, you know Nico Lol, the other socialist, you know, Twitter TikToker. Yeah. She did this whole like, you know, burn the rich, tax the rich type shit. She had an apartment tour where she was showing off for like $4 million apartment, quote unquote. But and she got so much flack. And I've been seeing a take on Twitter where people are saying that it's sexism that Nico got a ton of flack, but Hassan, for some reason, is getting a pass by the same audience that, chastise Nico.
Oh, no, it's about being
Go ahead, Launders.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
I'll set you up. Go ahead, man. I'll throw you a fucking flaming ball.
Yeah,
Hit it right out of the park.
I stand with them. I think
you didn't even. You're just saying both of them. I stand on the right side. Yes. Please don't cancel. Smart man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All I'll say is like I would never build my brand on this with fans like that, because they're just gonna bite you. I feel like, and no matter what you do, you can't really win. He could be right and not win, and that's really the point about the world as it is. Like that is as important, is to be able to be like, to recognize that like it's not gonna be easy for you to get away with. I don't want to say get away. I have to be very careful what I'm saying here, because I'm not. I would, if I was Hassan, I would buy the same house. I love the house.
Yeah,
but I also, if I was Hassan, I'd be super self-conscious, and I would be thinking about the house that I would buy, and I would be aware of the fact of like, there is some irony here, and I would think about what the arguments are going to be. It would destroy me just trying to purchase a house that I want to buy, and I'm sure he doesn't really give a fuck what other people can think about how nice his house is that much. He's just waiting for it to all go away so he can continue living his life. But for the time being, I think it is kind of funny to talk about. Do you feel bad for him? Do you feel bad that...
Do I feel bad for Hassan? Is that what you're asking me? No, I don't feel bad for Hassan. Yeah. Like, what I do feel bad is that his fucking address is being out there and everyone's street viewing his goddamn home.
What is that about? Did he get doxxed?
I don't know. I think he made it like a public thing on his stream where he was like looking at the home or whatever. Dude, I have no sympathy for streamers. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy. Like, yeah, it's like ridiculous.
Okay.
He like made it so fucking public, which I think is questionable, but really dumb stuff.
There's should be a bunch of guys in V for Vendetta masks outside.
First
day moving in, his Turkish mom is going to be so confused.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, man. I have no sympathy for streamers or whatever the hell.
Yeah. They cry in their bed of money.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's this narrative on Twitch where like
they're people too.
Yeah.
You notice like there's like the streamer who doesn't do anything else, and then all they tweet about is sympathy towards streamers. Like, if you're a viewer, make sure not to ask how we're doing that day. Because there's nothing worse than asking how a streamer. It's very, it's a conversation. You say I look tired. Like I literally, this affects my mental health daily. Even when I'm not streaming, I think about this. Please don't be one of those. I hate when people tweet that stuff. And I notice it's the lifer streamers. It's the streamers that don't do anything else at all. They have nothing else.
Their identity is streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a ongoing joke in my Twitch channel where someone will come in and say, "No makeup today." You're feeling sleepy today.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You've got some very good like self-awareness in your stream, which is great.
No, I mean, thanks, man. I just feel like it's so. I feel like since the beginning of time, streamers find any way to focus on themselves, and if they don't have. This is going to sound so mean, but fuck it. If they don't have life experience, like they'll complain about things. Like I was hearing a streamer, very popular streamer, complain about his previous job. And I was thinking like, that job is so common that so many of his viewers are working that job.
Yeah, like thank God I'm not hauling meat out of the freezer.
Shithole. I'm like, dude, most of your viewers are not fucking streamers.
Like one tier 3 sub is just sweating. Like this isn't really about me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, there's no self-awareness, man. Yeah. I hate that shit. Or like, I was listening to a streamer go on and on about raid etiquette, like the proper way to raid. I was fucking. Oh my God, bro! It is the most cringy shit ever. How to act when you're raiding someone? Yeah, it's just like shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's really dumb. And I think a lot of Twitch, unfortunately, is filled with the.
Have you ever been to r/Twitch, like on Reddit, and just seen any of the threads, like the self-congratulatory threads, self-flagellating threads, or just like talking about having one viewer for 3 weeks, and a second viewer came in and I almost cried. I was actually so happy. And then everyone in the stream is like, you're doing fantastic. I mean, one day you're in, when you get to 10 viewers, you're in the top 1% of streamers. Keep growing
I
away,
hate that. Thank you for saying that. Where people are like, oh my God, the top 0.7% of the, shut the hell up. It's so annoying, bro. But I'm like, I think I'm an extremist with this. I think I could dial it down. Yeah. Because I think
let's dial it up. I really think we need to bring bullying back, first of all. That's huge. There's so many things that I feel like are getting a bad name that we're now learning should have never been pushed out. Okay, so
at Launders says bullying is good. That's what you just said. Okay, that's fair. Good for you. No, but I don't even like people who like brag about viewers, like viewer numbers or follower numbers or like sub count or all this shit, because I feel like I don't know about you, but I feel like it could just go away tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like it's just so, there's so much luck involved. Yeah. To take ownership as if you're doing like you could work really hard, and I respect that, but there's so much luck in terms of streaming.
You kind of just have to live in both worlds. Like, yeah, I did it, but okay, someone brought this up the other day, and they were like, okay, I was like, oh, being a Counter-Strike pro, like, yeah, it's like a merit, it's like a meritocracy. They're like, it's a meritocracy if you have like all the right streaming, I mean, all the right tools, like a good computer and stuff like that. But if you're born in a mountain in Nepal, you're literally, your dad's a Sherpa. That's the business, the family business. What are the odds that you're going to have the ping that you need, no matter how much money you take home, to be able to play Counter-Strike or to ever even have the chance to compete? Like, obviously, there's luck involved, and all you have to do is look at geography to even like get most of the understanding out of the way. Like, where you're born is going to have such an insane impact on like what you're able to do. And then that's and then that's not including like, say it's just the US or just like good, parts of the US where you just like guaranteed to be making some money. You still have to compete against millions of other people, and who floats up to the top is like based on there's so many variables. I mean, and like it's so hard to take credit for anything you do.
Like you might be like, there's a lot of people who got famous too early or who got really good at Counter-Strike way too early. Do you know what I mean? Like back in the day where there's 1.6,
like
where
if
there
fraud
wasn't that much money.
Started and his fraud was like 20 now or something. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. If fraud was like growing up now instead of way back in 1.6, that guy could be killing it. So there's so much luck and there's so much timing. So I feel like taking ownership over anything like that, I'm going to sound like very nihilistic, but I think it's just so fucking stupid. Because none of this, all this shit is so funny, like Twitch and everything.
Oh, what's really funny?
What?
Is crypto taking over the world, Squeex. It's everywhere. How much Ethereum you holding these days?
Oh, dude, I have some Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put some money.
If Vitalik Buterin has one fan, it's Squeex.
I'm a fan of Vitalik Buterin, but Vitalik really sold it to me because of how like eccentric he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. But
I trust him. Yeah, I trust him.
I remember he wrote something about like he only drinks green tea because if he drinks, he just can't drink coffee because it's too much caffeine at once. Like I could just see the veins in his head explode, like break open like a dam. The moment he had over a venti coffee from Starbucks, just because of how high of a level he's operating on at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
I see the steam coming out of his hair. Yeah.
No, I'm a new crypto. I'm new to it.
Yeah, this 16-year-old is invested in cryptocurrency.
Dude, wait. Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, the poor kid.
That poor kid.
Yeah, the poor kid. No, I'm so glad we are the same. Yeah, like I felt like a lot of people instantly railed on him, but that was like a moment where it's like, this kid does exist. He is just 16 years old.
He's like going to school.
He's not the idiot who wrote the article, right? He's not the idiot who wrote the fucking article.
Because I imagine the fucking magazine that was in was like, okay, put on a blazer, let's put you in a jet. Like I 100% fucking think.
I thought he was dripping. He had like nice glasses on. He was killing it. I looked horrible when I was 16. I was actually so busted. I'm pretty jealous, honestly.
No, me too. I mean, I feel bad, but I think this is what I realized, Launders, that a lot of the internet is super young. You know, so it may not be weird for like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But it's also kind of weird. Like, like if you started a cryptocurrency and you killed it by pumping and dumping, I think it's okay to fucking criticize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People might be jealous as well, but there's also a fair criticism underneath. It's not all as odd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm just waiting to cancel someone, frankly.
Yeah. Well, how about canceling FTX, who have sponsored everything? The crypto exchange that have sponsored TSM FTX. They sponsored the whole LCS, League of Legends North America division. They sponsored the entire FTX.
I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, they're basically just a giant exchange. They bought they have like a stadium named. They got a stadium changed from like the American Airlines Stadium to the FTX Arena in baseball or something like that. They are literally getting a bunch of multiple $100 million sponsorships, and it's because the amount of money that is coming out of crypto, for better or worse, is insane, and it's unignorable. And it's like betting level money, but with it's got none of the drawbacks of betting.
No regulation,
no regulation. But also it's even ethically such a gray area that it's actually like, okay, for example, the LCS, so just to catch you up, the North American League of Legends, whatever, they said that they would not allow any crypto sponsorships. Obviously 98% owned by Tencent, and cryptocurrency is very insanely, hardly regulated very severely in China. They're very not sure about it yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the LCS and I'm sure the LEC and others didn't say, they said they wouldn't, but FTX showed them a number they couldn't refuse, and they actually got the funny part was they sponsored TSM, so TSM FTX, so all of TSM's players, like in Valorant and stuff, they all have FTX in their name, and everybody was said, well, what's Riot going to think about this? Because TSM have an LCS team, and Riot said you cannot have FTX in your name in the LCS games or on your jerseys, and then FTX sponsored the entire LCS.
That's kind of a baller move from FTX.
Insane.
That's like kind of badass.
Yes,
right? Like just, I'll fucking buy the league.
Yeah,
they literally kind of badass.
Yeah. They bought them a cake and walked into their main office, kicked their feet up, and had a slice of the cake as well. Like they literally just cucked them. It was so nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I operate under, if there's someone pushing any sort of cryptocurrency, anything, like if it smells like shit, tastes like shit, it's probably shit. You know what I mean? Like any crypto, anything. What I've noticed is it's likely to be sketchy.
Yeah, but
it's likely to be kind of sketchy. So.
Yeah. But it's I think it's great that a lot of money's coming in, because I think that especially when it's something that's, I guess that an issue would be like a pump and dump or something like that.
I kind of disagree with you. I don't think so. Like, I think a lot of people think all money is the same. I think there's such a thing as like good money and bad money in terms of like, what if you want to popularize esports, you can't take like sketchy fucking money.
Oh, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
no. This is not just esports, Squeex. FCX sponsored. They have like over $100 million sponsorship with the MLB.
But MLB is
now
fucking
they're
dying.
real, Squeex. Now they're real.
MLB is the worst one. All right, I don't know, because I do think, and this is like the problem with the internet culture, in my opinion, is like the Ad-pocalypse on YouTube. People forget about how impactful that was. That was one Coca-Cola ad on a white nationalist YouTube channel that had 800 subs. Like that. So like,
did you
when
just say
you're
that white nationalism isn't that bad? Is that what you just said?
I didn't. I did not say that. Do not.
You're looking real light these days, Squeex.
No. I did not say that. You're so you're such a fucker. Do not put it on
Do we
Twitter.
have to cut your mic?
No. By the way, I love Hassan. Okay, I'm sorry. Love BTS, love Hassan, love RuneScape. Don't cancel me.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is that the right type of advertisers are just as important by the quantity of cash going into a scene. So like when you're getting a ton of like FTX or a ton of like crypto, whatever, and I don't know anything about FTX, okay, sorry. But if you're getting a ton of like sketchy money, it's really hard to get massive funds from like actual legitimate investors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Coke Gaming, like those big players turn their nose away and like, fuck that. We ain't gonna do OnlyFans.
But they like get their foot. But that's the thing. It's not like it's not like the gambling, and it's not sex. So there's just gambling, sex, and violence. Probably like the three big like dangerous ones. But the crypto, like there's no real stigma there quite yet to the level that you would. And dude, MLB is a huge like fish to.
MLB has been dying for the past 5 years.
It's still insanely
like their
massive.
viewership is literally less than fucking like Melee Turn. No, not Melee Turn. Sorry, that's.
I know like 5 dads that watch the MLB, Squeex.
It's doing really poorly. Like you should see some of those numbers that they put out. The MLB in particular, it's actually fucking dying. And it's like the one sport that's really dying. Because I think the format, but I'm pro MLB. Okay, don't cancel.
This whole podcast is Squeex was just a shield.
But MLB's viewership is like really going low, and I mean, I don't think it's a good thing to compare esports to baseball. Like, I think you should be going for the big. Like, I think you should, as an esports org or an esports like fucking team or scene, you should be going for the big whales. You know, get fucking Mark Andreessen in here. Like, it's time to get some big fucking funding, not like bullshit ass crypto or like cryptocurrency companies or some fucking bullshit like random. I say go for the big fish and don't get caught up in the little fish that hurt your chances of landing a big one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the idea is to leverage at all times, like no matter what.
Leverage at all time and make fucking money. Most importantly, do not fucking gauge your quality of your whatever by how much money you.
What do you think about the idea that Counter-Strike should be leaning harder into the fact that a lot of the audience is older? Like a big problem with Counter-Strike is that it's like a military shooter, so it's a bit too realistic and a bit too much violence, so that turns some sponsors off. But honestly, the amount of people that have watched Counter-Strike are also a lot older now. And it's also the #1 bet on game in all of esports by a huge margin. So there's this conversation around the idea of like, why don't besides the fact that a lot of betting is still not legal in the States, which might change in the next couple of years, what is stopping, or what is the reason you shouldn't lean harder into kind of these more like adult level sponsorships of like beer company, like alcohol sponsors, porn website sponsors and stuff like that? That is huge money, right? That is huge money, even if you go nowhere else. And if that is, why wait around to see if Coke Gaming is going to be cool with you eventually with your game that's not changing or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
you could just lean hard into this unlimited pool. I mean, it is a lot of money. And these companies as well, they have been waiting for the chance to be able to sponsor things and to be welcomed into a scene and stuff like that, because most other people won't, and definitely sports won't. So why shouldn't esports become the first? Because even though you're talking about these things as ethically ambiguous in a sense, but you don't actually agree that sex is bad, or that violent video games are bad, or that all these things are bad. Alcohol is bad. It's all contextual or whatever, right? So it's not that bad.
I just think I love sex.
All right.
I love alcohol.
Thank God. I really didn't know how to ask you that. So glad we got that out.
No, I mean, listen, fucking bring in the weed spot.
Wait till you try it, Squeex, before you speak.
Shut the hell up. Don't turn this into a roast.
Wait till you grab the bags of sand.
The bag. Oh, I love that movie. Yeah. No. I'm pro all that shit. Fuck it. I'll take those sponsors. Listen, at Squeex15 on Twitter, hit me up. But when you're growing a scene, you just have to cast the widest net. And I got a hot one, Launders. Okay. Fucking steaming. I think Counter-Strike is making a big mistake by not appealing to younger people, if that's the sense.
I'm on TikTok, so I'm happy to talk about this.
You're hedging.
I'm zooming.
Yeah, exactly. You're zooming. You're a zoomer.
Yes.
No, I really think it's a misstep if you're focusing on an older audience. I think that there are a few vocal older content creators who've been in Counter-Strike for a long time. But I really think especially a game like Counter-Strike that's been let's just be honest, it's probably the longest fucking relevant esport of all time. Like it's outlasted StarCraft in a big way. So like, I think it's a big misstep to change and to focus on the older crowd, because the older people are going to move on, right? I mean, think about Launders. When you and I started playing Counter-Strike, how many people stopped playing? Like our matchmaking group, you're like the last player. Do you know what I mean?
You're back. What are you talking about?
I have been playing some 10-man. It's been
I'm
pretty
awesome.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I
love playing it. Thanks, man. I needed to hear that. That's the whole point of me showing up today. Fuck everything else we're talking about.
Yeah. Like the audience there's a big audience, but it only gets smaller.
Yeah, and I thought Danger Zone, and I know people are going to give me fucking 4 weirds or whatever. I thought Danger Zone was a really good idea, but poorly executed to actually try to attract new people. Because when you launch up Counter-Strike, a new player's got to join a fucking game mode that is easily accessible. And unfortunately, I don't think matchmaking is that game mode. A lot of us started playing Counter-Strike by playing Scouts Knives, by playing KZ, by playing soccer. Yeah, Op India. That's right. That is the stepping stone. So I feel like it's important in a game to have it super accessible. Like pubs are amazing, and CS:GO has completely abandoned it and focused more on like 5v5 matchmaking.
But Squeex, 916 is a deplorable way to consume content.
Oh, is that TikTok?
Well, yeah, just the aspect ratio.
What are your thoughts, Launders? Give us your in-depth review. Wait, really? You don't like TikTok?
I hate it, dude. It's appalling.
Oh my god!
To have my own content cut up in that to make it 9:16, but at the same time, it's like you're saying, like I have to be able to relate to an audience I don't understand, and whether or not I understand them, they're still there. And also, I had I think 2 guys in my chat come in and say, "Launders from TikTok." Actually found my stream via TikTok.
Did you vomit? Oh god.
No, but you know
no cap. 100%
what
for real.
actually turned me a little bit. And honestly, as long as somebody you know how much I love elitism, right? Like I'm totally fine with it.
100%.
If people are elite about things I don't like, I respect that. I think that's cool. Like as long as I can see the passion, I would love that. So I saw I saw people who were I saw some people who were talking in the comments and like arguing about Counter-Strike strategy and different news and stuff like that. And I was thinking, man, they're genuinely just here watching CS:GO content on TikTok, and they're not thinking about anything else. They're actually just enjoying the content and having conversations about it. That's real. That's what I felt like. Wow, it is real for them. That's real, and that makes me want to make good content for them. Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, and I've said this last week or last fucking month or whenever we recorded the first episode, but TikTok right now is so fucking bad, but it has the potential to be so good. Like if you get good creators on there, I feel like you just dominate because the shit that's getting views now are complete shit.
But
you know what I mean?
Do you have a problem with your own videos that you have to make? For example, like you mentioned like using the tools of the TikTok app is going to help with the algorithm. Of course, they would appreciate using them. So like your videos have a lot of those things, like the emojis, the voice, and stuff like that. But then it makes I don't know how you look at when you look at your own content. Like, would you rather not have that stuff there? Do you think it's better tailored to TikTok with those tools, or are you just using it for algorithmic purposes?
I think people can smell through bullshit really easily. So if you're reusing content you made from YouTube and don't change the format, people don't spend the time to watch it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like for example, if you don't update the aspect ratio, boom, I'm skipping it. Like if you don't speak the language that's relevant on that platform, people can see right through that shit. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like audiences and viewers are so fucking smart right now, where if they feel like you're a phony in any way, then they're just going to pass you up. So it's best to adopt.
If you feel like the creator is having videos uploaded for them or isn't actually there.
Exactly.
You can't watch that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm the same way for sure.
So, and I think people can smell through bullshit so fucking easily. Like so easily. Like I swear, I think audiences are super smart, even on TikTok. So it's best to adopt the culture and language, because I really do feel like every single fucking platform like Twitch, it's its own country. It has its own norms. You know what I mean? So like it's best to get adjusted to it, because you don't want to be the person who like just doesn't understand it. You're like a fucking boomer, like really adapt to it and understand what makes it good. Like there are great parts of TikTok.
I agree. It's the gaming. It's actually, so just to cut to the core of it for me, it's when I watch TikTok, I love consuming like all these, there's so many creative people on TikTok and stuff. And
funny creative people,
people, 100%. And I think anybody who uses TikTok for like 3 hours will see it, that they do a really good job on there. But for the gaming content, I mean, I know you've mentioned like there probably is a way to present the information better. But I mean, it's all a huge compromise for me. I don't really, I could never understand only consuming the CS:GO content on TikTok. Right? I would actually rather watch a 16:9 video on my phone than I would watching a 9:16 video on TikTok, even though it covers the whole screen, it's so limited with the amount of space that, especially like watching people Valorant highlights. A lot of Valorant players have been uploading on TikTok and stuff like that.
They've been killing it.
I fucking hate watching the content myself. The gaming content in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a way to make you like it. There just has to be the right content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If like there are some things that work better on TikTok than on YouTube, and like if like the framing and the aspect is so easy to get over if it's utilized correctly, you don't even think about it. You know, like that's where I think Smash Bros has like that. There's this one Smash Bros TikTok account that kills it because I don't even think about the aspect ratio. They're just so good at what they do. That aspect ratio just becomes the norm. You know, like I don't even think about it anymore. But yeah, I think with really good content, you don't even think about shit like that.
Okay, so I'm still getting used to it. I'm still going with like regular uploads and bringing out a lot of my videos that I've made over the years to upload and stuff. And the upload and on YouTube, if you upload short videos, whether or not they were YouTube shorts, they are getting boosted like crazy from the algorithm.
I know.
Like unbelievable amounts.
Yeah.
And I've been uploading them to because they're going to make the channel grow. And I was looking at the stats on the 2 short videos that I uploaded that are 16:9, because I think my main channel audience doesn't want to watch phone content. So I have a shorts channel that's 9:16, and then I have my main channel that once in a while will upload the cream of the crop 16:9 short videos. Those ones that are like under a minute long, 90% of the viewers are coming from YouTube recommended or the front page. And
wow.
90%. There's one video, the simple story video, has I think 3,000 views from my subscribers and from notifications, and almost 90,000 views after a week from
holy fuck.
Just people have never seen my channel before.
That's wild. I mean, the hard thing is converting those into subscribers, though. Yeah. That's something that's really, like, even on TikTok, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like that.
Yeah, it's distributed. Like that. And you don't have to have hashtag shorts. It doesn't have to be 9:16. It's literally content that's just short that YouTube.
That's amazing.
Right. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, so I love that you're experimenting.
Yeah. And I mean, it's always been the plan to make content once and use as many times as possible, because why wouldn't you? Because some people only want to watch the highlights. Some people only watch 50 seconds of it. Some people are down to watch the entire VOD. Some people want to watch it live. Some people want to watch on YouTube. So why not make everyone happy and then benefit from being able to grow every single channel with the same content? And I pay an editor to, not just repurpose it, but also like add stuff to it for TikTok, or like I talked about a smoke in a demo review, and then the Mo Stacks, my editor, ended up like showing what the smoke was while I was talking, as if I was, in the server live or whatever. So
yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I like that point about why not just reuse. People sometimes won't be on your Twitch. Sometimes people won't go on YouTube. Yeah. But I have a real question. Okay, a fucking crazy one. Would you ever revoke your Twitch partnership so that you can stream on YouTube? Like, could you imagine, like, because I know a lot of people who co-stream, especially like, I feel like Twitch doesn't really have discoverability, which is its own problem.
Yes.
But could you see a world where you are streaming on YouTube, you are streaming on Twitch, almost like the Destiny method, and you have your own web. So Destiny has. I
know his website, yeah.
Yeah, he basically has his own membership on his own website, which I think is really fucking smart. But
really,
he streams everywhere. Yeah, because you control your revenue, man. Like,
I know that's the benefit, but you don't, like, how much traffic do you really get? I mean, if you're huge, I guess you can do whatever. But
exactly. I mean, he's capitalizing on his viewership off Twitch, and I mean, like, look at OnlyFans. Your platform can fucking fall underneath you at any point.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
All these people who just stream on Twitch. It's like, dude, you could, like, one thing can happen with the ads or something, and your platform will literally fall under you.
Yeah.
But Destiny only reads his chat from his website, incentivizing people to go there.
Yeah.
And he gets all of the revenue. So I'm sure he's killing it. I mean, he's getting a ton of traffic, I'm sure. But I mean, I don't know.
What's the real question?
What do you mean?
Wait, what was the real question?
My question is, would you ever see yourself revoking your Twitch partnership status so that you can stream on YouTube as well?
No, I would just illegally do both. And then
okay, that wasn't an option, bro. You're fucking making me seem like an asshole for stealing coffee, and you're fucking saying,
you're not an asshole. You're just pathetic. I can't believe you actually do that.
What are you talking about, dude? Come on.
That's not real socialism.
Yeah, you're. Oh, you. How are you
Are
a
you borrowing the
socialist but
coffee?
you're stealing coffee? No. Yeah. So you would
You
do
literally
that?
you drank dog shit. I mean, cat shit coffee, and
I did.
yes, and now and you do that like the $40 cup of fucking coffee, and now you're
I
walking
did.
to the Sheraton to get their free fucking scalding water.
Are you telling me I fell off?
That smells like coffee. What even happened? What?
Dude, listen. All right, come on. We're both cheap. Fucking.
I am
We're
not cheap. I just
You're
blew like
cheap.
$1,000 at sushi yesterday.
Are you
But
serious, dude? You're such a. Come on, man. This is an intervention.
you bought cat shit coffee, Squeex. Shut the fuck up.
I got it gifted to me. I got it gifted to me, and it's not cat shit coffee. Let's not go back to the old fucking Esports Life podcast, okay? Move on. I drank cat shit. What's the big deal? All right, it's good coffee. It's called Kopi Luwak.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying now is, you can just go walk. If you could have on your walk, you go into a Hyatt hotel, you're saying you wouldn't get free coffee if it's being offered?
Because it sucks.
So, I mean, listen, it does suck, but it's so convenient.
Yeah.
It's so fucking convenient.
Does it
Come
motivate
on.
you to go out for your walks?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's kind of
But
a
I'm
good
like,
excuse.
but here's the thing. I was talking to my friend, and he was saying, like, I'm like kind of like a sociopath when it comes to like routines because I'll go on the same fucking walk. Like, I can measure it. Every single day, I go on the same fucking walk.
The biggest drawback about where I live at the moment, and I picked a location that was versatile in the sense that like lots of different food and stuff like that. No matter what, though, you still got to take the same path to go to the same places, and eventually it's 3 or 4, and it gets so boring. You take the same path, it's the same walk every single time, every day?
Every single time, every day. I used to do my walks on a treadmill.
Okay, what's the funniest thing? What's the funniest thing that you've noticed that's changed on your walk?
Oh, what do you
Since
mean?
you've done it? You must notice some weird things, right? Like a coffee shop sign that's out every day that has like a chalk drawing on it. The hotel staff, like that one quirky lady who drops something when you walk through.
I do notice something.
Okay, what's something that you've noticed?
Thursday evenings, when I go for a walk, it's the night where all the moms get drunk.
Thursday is the new.
I'm telling you.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, Thursday is where all the moms are out and about hitting their fucking margaritas. And Friday is when the young people come out. But I'm telling you, Thursday is for the moms.
Okay. You want the milfs, you want the gilfs. It's Thursday.
I don't know what it is. It's Thursday evening. Every single fucking Thursday. The moms go out and about. The kids are asleep and they go out on the town. Wow. That's something that I've noticed on my walk. Yeah. All right.
So if Squeex isn't screaming on a Thursday evening, I mean, yeah.
No, I'm not saying okay. Now I see an in chat and I'm very self-conscious. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's purely an observation, okay? I'm just telling you.
Moms love observant boys.
Okay, have I told you this story? Okay. So I was on my walk on a Thursday evening. There's a bunch of like drunk moms, and this one mom's like, "Hey, baby," and I turn to the group and I say, "Hello."
Oh my God! What? Wait,
what are you saying? That I'm not smooth. I didn't know what to say. I started like giggling to myself. I was like, I'm not Don Draper.
Yeah, you just stare wittingly at them for 5 seconds and then they're naked. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I'm not. I just say hello.
It is. He would tell you it's all about the confidence.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not about the pomade and height.
That guy's hot as hell. Come on.
Yeah. Imagine existing like that. Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of positives, but a lot of negatives too.
Yeah.
It's hard being hot and rich.
Don't you think there's this weird thing that people do in life where they're like, if something is good enough, it's super good, like looking like Don Draper. There must be something. There must be a horrible side to this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
There probably
that's like streamers complaining.
Yes, exactly. Like it's still worth it to look like Don Draper, no matter 100%. How bad the rest of his life is.
Bro, it's like you being tall when you're like, I hate being tall. It's hard on my knees when I fly. Right. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Fucking kill me. You're like, it's hard on my knees. It's like I would die. Okay, give me that height. All right, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up, dude. It's the same shit. That's why I'm proud to announce on Channel Points podcast, I want a legislation to tax the hot, tall.
Uh-huh,
It's
the tall.
unfair.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One other thing that you mentioned that I thought was awesome was that game shows are the future of Twitch. I can't remember if we talked about this already. Did we last episode?
I think we did briefly.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think we did. I actually did just talk about it. It was like how the game shows are the perfect thing for Twitch, where it brings the personalities together over some stupid competitive thing that's not really that serious. Yeah. Okay. So
exactly. I mean, and then now my prediction is well, it's not really a prediction because it's already happening. But my prediction is there's going to be more like talk show type stuff.
Yeah, like channel points.
Like segments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I have this is what happened with YouTube. I think it's like a self-imposed prison that everything emulates network television eventually.
Yeah.
It all comes back full circle. We're going to have a Jimmy Fallon in here coming out. It's going to be fucking segmented.
Yeah.
And that's the evolution of reaction content.
Well, do you think that they just figured it out and that's why we're copying them?
No, well, yeah, probably. Because I feel like a lot of the streamers just try to focus on mass market appeal.
There is some weird stuff, right? Okay. Actually, this is probably not a great example, but like audio, for example. We got to the point in audio where like 15 years ago, we peaked on the technology. Shit got so good. People are still buying the HD600s, like a lot of that stuff. And you don't really need to go anywhere else. You can just go get like these headphones that are like 15 years old and they're like the peak of audio. Like they're like super insane. And the same with like TVs and stuff like that. Like, like the technology is kind of getting to a point where it's almost diminishing returns on almost everything. And so there is the idea that, okay, yes, we're not sports. There's always this push and pull. Okay, if you're ever at an esports event or like, there's certain events where people will talk about this where they'll be like, we want to be the sports center of esports. We want to have this show. We want to have the red zone for esports. And then they'll try to do that. And the argument is like, you should always stand on the shoulders of giants. No one's doing that yet. But then once you do that, you can't get off the path. They're like, constantly, that's your product now.
Exactly.
But like there is also the idea that like, well, have sports or other regular broadcast television programs really figured out and innovated so much that they have found the good stuff. Is that they have found the way that it should be done. Do you think that could be true?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't, because I think it's cringe lords who talk about sports and esports. Because I think it's holding back esports. Like, I think it's the same thing. Like, it's cringy to compare. Why am I saying cringy, dude? Jesus Christ. It's like.
People say cringy or deformed.
Yeah, well, listen. No. What am I trying to say? I feel like if you're trying to measure what good content is using the wrong measuring stick, you'll never be cable TV. You have to find what works uniquely on Twitch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're trying to make sports if you're trying to make esports like regular sports, you'll never be as good as regular sports, right? Because you'll never hit the point. There's going to be some difference.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
There's an analogy here that can totally disprove your point. All right, so it's
shit.
the idea that in
Plato
in racing, it's not an allegory.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
In racing, if you go up behind a car while you're behind them, they're the ones catching the wind for you, and then you can get to a certain point of momentum where you can actually pass them. So you use them to block the wind for you, the tailwind or whatever, and then you go and pass them. Couldn't the same thing be said for esports or innovation?
You think that just proves me that fucking no.
Another sports analogy. Get ratio by a sports analogy, Squeex.
Don't say ratio. No, you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because it's like, how do I draw an analogy? Let's say old sports are horses and esports are cars. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, old sports have their limitation because they're struck by...
And how do we know how fast cars go? Horsepower.
Slam it, baby. You slam it, baby. Horsepower. Great one.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to say is they're different. It's like, you don't want to measure yourself because fucking, I'm going to say it, sports suck, dude. MLB sucks. It's fucking boring. It's like, stuff like that. So why don't you take advantage of what you've got on Twitch? Like, if you were to make a network TV, you can't implement chat, like there's certain advantages to being live streamed, but use it. So I think we're not yet to find our way to implement like the format of Twitch. And I think there are interesting ways to do it in a talk show format.
I think unless Phoenix dies in real life when he does a run it back, we're never going to be like sports.
Yeah.
You have to be able to die, okay? And otherwise, you have to be able to die. Otherwise,
bro, we have a streamer who wears a fucking headband. So I mean, let's go, man. Ninja? We're so close. Yeah, that's just a sport. I get sweaty. It's a sport.
Ninja said. Ninja once said famously, "The moment that you give up, that's when you've lost twice."
That's not. That's. Wait, did you read that article, Launders, about Ninja?
Didn't you feel bad for him? What the hell?
Fuck that article, dude.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
I never felt more sympathy for Ninja in the first place. That really brought everything to light with like.
What about the streamers?
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, he's fine no matter what. But what is cool is that I just wanted to say I just had a little bit gripe with the Smash community because Ninja. He hosted one of a tournament back when he was really blowing up in Fortnite. And he was a very polarizing figure where it was like the cringe-ord, you fell off 12-year-olds were his fans and everybody else was seeing him grow massively and were like, I can't watch his content. So then there was this huge amount of love or hate for Ninja, which made every conversation around him toxic. But when the Smash community, they had a tournament that got hosted by Ninja, and because anything that had to do with Ninja was just was bringing out the most visceral reactions, for better or worse. There were people that were like, trying to get him to get away from the Smash community instead of accepting 100,000 viewer raid on a small tournament. That if they were the only voice would have said thank you so much for the raid, Ninja. Yeah. But instead, on behalf of some small TO who's trying to make it like barely pay the bills, the community from the chat are just all talking about how stupid he is. I hate that. I hate that. Oh my god.
Like you could criticize Ninja, but he was like the first like
he's done a lot for everything. Yeah.
100%. Like I don't watch Ninja, but I respect what he did.
Yeah.
He's done a lot.
I was at a bar that like a couple weeks ago with some friends, and like one of the girls there was like just having a conversation about me and what I do or whatever, and then brought up Ninja immediately. It's like you like Ninja. I was like, oh, Tyler Blevins.
I don't see much movement in the audience.
I'm not seeing a lot of movement. Yeah,
I'm not seeing a lot of movement. Yeah,
but yeah, he's like the one name that tons of people know that don't know any other names.
Yeah, he was like part of the cultural zeitgeist at one point. But that's what I hated was that article that was like his viewership went down because he's not playing Fortnite. He's become irrelevant. Like I hate that.
And he was just playing whatever game he liked, which is sick.
He doesn't give a fuck. I love that he's playing Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah,
dude, that's sick. But he got like 1,400 viewers or whatever. Mm. But I respect the hell out of that because I think a lot of these casual people put honestly streamers put way too much equity on viewership numbers, and I think that's faulty. It's so fucking faulty.
Now we are at the point of the podcast where you can see in the entirety of Squeex' forehead, which means the sun has set fully. So obviously it is getting a little bit late.
I have to piss so bad.
Okay. All right. So we're running over, I think, an hour here because some of us were late. I'm not going to point fingers. Anyways,
you were late.
Is there anything else?
No. Do not cut the podcast.